Your person is putting in the effort to come back to you, while you have decided to commit to your responsibilities and focus on yourself. At the same time, they are taking charge of their life, making changes, and trying to improve themselves in order to offer you the commitment you deserve. They are realizing that they can no longer continue living the way they were, and they are now determined to step up. However, their journey has been filled with confusion, delays, and stagnant energy, which has left you feeling exhausted and emotionally drained. Because of this, you made the painful but necessary decision to close out this cycle with them for good. You reached a breaking point where you could no longer wait for them to figure things out, and you decided to choose yourself instead. While this was not an easy choice, it was one that you knew had to be made in order for you to heal and move forward. Now, your person is beginning to feel the weight of your absence, and they are growing increasingly worried that you might move on with someone better. The thought of you in someone else's arms, sharing your love and energy with another person, is haunting them. They are experiencing an intense fear of loss, realizing that they may have taken too long to step up and do what was necessary to keep you in their life. This fear is not only making them anxious but also filling them with regret. They are reflecting on their past actions and recognizing all the ways in which they could have handled things differently. Their frustration is not only directed at themselves but also at the people around them. They feel as if the interference and opinions of others played a significant role in creating distance between the two of you. Perhaps they allowed external influences, whether it was family, friends, or societal pressures, to cloud their judgment and impact the way they treated your connection. Now, they are realizing that by listening to these outside voices instead of their own heart, they may have ruined the most beautiful and meaningful relationship they have ever had. They are angry, not just at those who gave them misguided advice, but also at themselves for not standing up for what they truly wanted. Your person is desperately hoping that it is not too late. They are praying that despite the time it is taking them to fully commit, you are not entertaining other options. The idea that you could be giving your love and attention to someone else is eating away at them. They know that they have been slow to take action, and they fear that this delay may have cost them everything. In their mind, they are replaying scenarios of you moving on, and it is making them restless and uneasy. They are now feeling the urgency to make things right, but at the same time, they are struggling with their own fears and insecurities. Meanwhile, you have shifted your focus entirely onto yourself. You are minding your own business, dedicating your time and energy to your own growth, and prioritizing your well-being. You are no longer chasing after them, nor are you waiting for them to decide what they want. This shift in energy has completely thrown your person off balance. They are panicking because they no longer have the comfort of knowing that you are still there, waiting for them. In the past, they may have taken your presence for granted, assuming that you would always be available whenever they finally got their act together. But now, with you focusing on yourself and pulling away, they are truly feeling the impact of what they have lost. At the same time, you have been going through your own emotional and spiritual changes. Over the last 3 or 4 days, you may have noticed unexpected moments of happiness, even in the midst of everything. This is happening because you are in the process of releasing fear-based energy. The anxiety, uncertainty, and emotional turmoil that once weighed you down are slowly dissipating. You are stepping into a new version of yourself, one that is stronger, more independent, and no longer bound by the fears that once held you back. Even though this journey has not been easy, you are finding peace in letting go. The emotions you are experiencing right now, whether it is a sense of relief, newfound happiness, or even moments of doubt, are all part of your healing process. You are learning to trust yourself more and embrace the unknown with a sense of calm and optimism. Your person, on the other hand, is still caught in their own emotional storm. They are struggling with the realization that they may have lost the best thing that ever happened to them. The panic, regret, and fear they are experiencing are pushing them to finally take action. Whether or not they choose to step up and make things right is entirely up to them, but for now, you are no longer placing your life on hold for their decisions. As you continue moving forward, remind yourself to stay calm and positive. You have done the hard part, choosing yourself, breaking free from the cycle of pain, and stepping into a new chapter of growth and self-love. No matter what happens next, trust that you are on the right path. The universe is guiding you toward what is truly meant for you, and in the end, everything will unfold exactly as it is supposed to. All I ever wanted was to be with you, and I know deep in my heart that when the time is right, we will find our way back to each other. Love is not always about being together every moment. Sometimes, it's about giving each other the space to grow, to understand ourselves better, and to become the best versions of who we are meant to be. That is why, despite the distance and the silence, my feelings for you have never faded. Please don't mistake my quietness for a lack of love. The truth is, there is so much happening behind the scenes, things I am working through, changes I am adapting to, and emotions I am learning to process. It has been a journey, and I am incredibly grateful that you have given me the time and space I needed when I needed it the most. You have always been such a mature and understanding person, and that is something I deeply admire about you. You see things with a perspective that not many do. You handle situations with grace and patience, and you always know when to hold on and when to let go. That kind of wisdom is rare, and I am beyond lucky to have someone like you in my life. Even when words fail me, I hope my actions and gestures show you just how much I admire and appreciate you. I may not always say I love you outright, but I express it in so many different ways, through the way I look at you, the way I care for you, the way I remember the smallest things about you. Every time I go silent, every time I step back, it is never because I care any less, it is simply because I am trying to understand myself better so that I can love you the way you truly deserve. You fill my soul with so much love and warmth that no one else ever could. The happiness you bring into my life is immeasurable, and the way you make me feel is something I cannot even put into words. Your love is like a light that brightens even my darkest days, a force that keeps me grounded when everything else feels uncertain. There have been moments in my life when I was lost, when I wasn't sure which path to take, but even in those times, one thing remained constant: I never wanted to lose you. No matter how confused I was, no matter how much I struggled with my own emotions, I always knew that you were someone I wanted to keep in my life. That is why this love, this connection we share, means so much to me. The truth is, I love you more than I have ever loved anyone before, and sometimes, that love scares me. It is so deep, so overwhelming, that it shakes me to my core. The idea of losing you, of not having you by my side, is something that terrifies me more than anything else. But I also know that love is not about possession or control. Love is about allowing each other to grow, to evolve, and to find our way back when the time is right. And I truly believe that we are meant to find our way back to each other. You are perfect for me in ways I cannot even explain. We may not be the same in many aspects, we have our differences, our own perspectives, and our unique ways of seeing the world, but that is what makes us so special. We complement each other perfectly. Where I lack, you become my strength, and where you struggle, I am here to support you. It is this balance, this harmony, that makes our connection so strong. We don't have to be identical, we don't have to agree on everything. What matters is that we understand each other, that we respect each other, and that we continue to lift each other up in every way possible. Life is a journey filled with twists and turns, and love is no different. There will be moments of joy and moments of pain, times when we feel closer than ever and times when we may need space to breathe. But through it all, one thing will always remain the same: I love you. No matter where life takes us, no matter how much time passes, my heart will always hold a place for you. I don't know what the future holds, but what I do know is that love like ours doesn't just fade away. It withstands time, distance, and challenges. It grows stronger even in silence. It finds its way back even after the longest separations. And no matter what happens, I will always cherish what we have. You are, and always will be, one of the greatest blessings in my life. Your partner sees you as their perfect match, someone who embodies love, warmth, and emotional security. They admire your nurturing nature and believe you would be an ideal mother figure for their children. In their heart, they wish to offer you the Ten of Cups, a symbol of emotional fulfillment, harmony, and the kind of deep happiness that only true love can bring. However, they are now coming to terms with the fact that they almost lost you due to their own actions. They made a huge mistake in trying to get your attention by making you feel jealous, thinking that it would spark your interest or make you fight for their love. But instead of reacting the way they expected, you remained unbothered by their childish and manipulative behavior. This realization hit them hard. They now understand that their approach was not only ineffective but also damaging to your connection. Rather than drawing you closer, their attempts at mind games only pushed you further away. This awareness has triggered a profound transformation within them. For the first time, they are beginning to see their own toxic patterns and behaviors for what they truly are. They have entered a phase of deep self-reflection, known as the dark night of the soul, a painful yet necessary period of awakening. Right now, they are struggling with the overwhelming feeling of loss, believing they have let go of the most precious person in their life, the one who loved them unconditionally. Your love was pure, given without expectations or conditions, and now that they fear it is gone, they are feeling the depth of their mistakes more than ever. The universe has intervened in this situation, creating a way for you to break free from the emotional and mental turmoil that your partner put you through. You may not have even realized how much you were being drained by their behavior until you finally stepped away. Now, with space and clarity, you can see how much you endured, how much you were mentally and emotionally tormented by their inconsistency, their games, and their inability to appreciate you fully. The universe is guiding you toward peace, healing, and a life that is no longer weighed down by unnecessary pain. At the same time, this divine intervention is forcing your partner to confront their actions. They are beginning to see the extent of the hurt they caused you. Every moment of blame, every harsh word, and every instance where they made you feel unappreciated is now coming back to them, forcing them to acknowledge the pain they inflicted. This is part of their healing process. As much as they are suffering now, this pain is necessary for them to grow. Without it, they would never have recognized the depth of their mistakes. Your partner is in a place of deep emotional turmoil, but with this comes a sense of clarity. They are starting to understand just how much they took you for granted. They now see that you were the one person who stood by them, offering love and support without expecting anything in return. And yet, they pushed you away with their immaturity and inability to communicate properly. They blamed you for things that weren't your fault, made you feel guilty for things you never did, and created unnecessary conflicts that only caused more harm than good. Now, they are left to face the reality of their own actions, and it is weighing heavily on them. More than anything right now, they need your emotional support. They may not express it openly, but inside, they are craving the comfort of your presence, your understanding, and your love. They feel lost without you, unsure of how to navigate this difficult period on their own. But the truth is, this is something they must go through alone. They need to learn their lessons, to heal from their wounds, and to take accountability for their actions before they can even think about rekindling the connection with you. Whether or not you choose to offer them that support is entirely up to you. You have already endured so much, and this may be the time for you to focus on your own healing rather than worrying about theirs. You have given so much of yourself in the past, and now, the universe is urging you to pour that same love and energy back into yourself. You are no longer responsible for fixing someone who didn't appreciate you when they had the chance. This experience has been painful, but it has also been eye-opening. You now see your own worth in a way that you may not have before. You understand that love should never be built on manipulation, jealousy, or mind games. It should be genuine, mutual, and nurturing. If your partner truly wants to be with you, they will have to prove it, not through words, but through actions. They will have to show that they have changed, that they are willing to love you the right way, and that they are ready to build something healthy and lasting. For now, the best thing you can do is focus on yourself, your healing, and your own happiness. The universe has already removed you from a toxic cycle, and it is guiding you towards something better, whether that is a renewed connection with your partner or a fresh start with someone who will love and cherish you the way you deserve. Whatever the future holds, know that you are loved, protected, and deserving of true, unconditional happiness.